Alt R.
Okay, this is a quick video to talk a little bit about the accessibility of the RJM music, guitar, MIDI, looper, switcher software editors. I am a blind guitar player, and I use screen readers to non-visually use all aspects of a computer. So this thing you're about to hear is a screen reader.
Mastermind editor v5.3.0c/user.
And I'm not using any mouse or I'm not using a mouse. I'm not using any vision, right? It's all non-visual access. I'm listening to the screen reader,
Slower, 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 slower.
which responds to keyboard commands that I press and read things that are on the screen. It will read pretty much anything on the computer if it's properly coded, or at least it follows best practices for coding. And the application I have here
Button groups.
is you can, and there's commands for doing these things, right?
Mastermind editor v5.
The Mastermind editor, and I use the keyboard command to just read the title bar out of the window. Uh, and this works with pretty much every application you can think of. Like I use Pro Tools, I use the Fractal Audio editors, websites, Outlook, everything anyone else uses on a computer. I just do it non-visually with the screen reader, and as it speeds up,
Refresh. Button groups list box. Button groups send off MSDS.
it equates to the user experience of like you might look at it with your eyes and read that text, and this reads it verbally
Button groups list box. To move the button groups matches. Button groups send off MSDS.
in at a speed that's similar to that as you would perceive it reading it with your eyes. I'll
Slower,
slow it
slower,
down
slower, slow, slow,
so you
slow,
can
slower.
follow along.
Slow, 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 slower.
If you're not used to it, you kind of need to listen to it at a slower speed. So first, let me say the RGM products are amazing. Just in terms of their functionality, these are great guitar pedal hubs or switchers. I have a PBC 6X. I think it's great, best in class, amazing feature set. I looked at a lot of different products and competitors, and I think this is the industry leader for a lot of reasons. The other thing I'll say is this is a really cool company. It's owner operated, which is so rare these days with all of the venture capital and private equity and funding and acquisitions, right? To find a real industry leader that is still owned and operated by, the founder of the company and likely a musician is really cool. So Ron, if you're watching this, I think you are making great products and have a really cool company. The accessibility is what I depend on to use the products. And I want to show a little bit about the great aspects of this and the not so great aspects of this. The Mastermind program is very good. So I can do a lot in almost everything in this program.
Button group, button group.
So I'm going to hit Control Tab.
Settings, ignore incoming, escape. Devices, settings, devices tab.
Okay, so this is a list of the tabs for this application. And I can hit Control Tab and it will, in fact, do what I would expect it, which is to cycle through the tabs.
Buttons tab. Presets tab.
And I can also arrow through these tabs and get to the one I want really fast.
Macros, MIDI, audio tab. The
Audio
switch
tab.
page.
That's what I'm really interested in showing.
Tuner settings, down combo box. 440 to change.
So this is good because it's reading to me the label of this control is, what kind of control it is. It's a combo box, which tells me how I can interact with it. I could
441.
Right? I can use the arrow keys and now change this, and when I change it, it reads the change.
440.
Right? That's the master tuning orientation. That's great. Same thing.
Tuner settings, down combo box. Chromatic to change.
Right? It says it's a combo box. That's like sort of a picker thing that allows you to move through stuff, which lets me know I can arrow up and down usually.
Tuner settings, enable tuner checkbox checked to clear.
Okay, this one is a checkbox, and this is the checkbox to enable one of the ports on the PBC6X to function as a tuner out. And it told me that it was a checkbox. So that tells me that I can not necessarily move up and down, but I can toggle it. So if I hit the space bar,
Space not checked.
now it's unchecked. I can push the space bar again,
Space checked.
and then it reports that the status has been checked. This is all very accessible. So many of the controls in the various tabs here work like this and read because this was built with like very good quality coding. Generally speaking, if you follow best practices in terms of coding, you're going to be accessible, even if by accident. So, like, this is a great application. A lot of care went into the coding and the setup of this Mastermind software.
Tuner settings, global settings, stereo and
I can
global
go and I can tab through all of these controls,
global settings,
set all of the audio loop parameters the way that I need them to be. I have certain kinds of stereo functionality in my loops. My master is a stereo. I do some split mono. Some of my loops are divided into two instead of going in stereo.
global settings, globals, loop order checkbox not checked.
There's a loop order.
List box 1, L1 pitchfork button.
Pitchfork, that's my first pedal in the loop. Now there's a few things that are not coded to be accessible that could work, be improved on.
L1 pitchfork off checkbox not checked. To check press.
So that's good.
L1 pitchfork fuzz checkbox not checked.
The fuzz functionality works.
L1 pitchfork button.
But I think this is whether the loop is locked off or on, and can change, on a per preset basis. Unfortunately, this does not read, and I had to get someone with eyes to look at this and tell me what it is and what it's doing. Now, I can, in fact, toggle the lock.
Space.
But as you can hear,
space.
It's just saying space. So it doesn't tell me what is happening. And this is a toggle, and it clearly could work like the other sort of checkboxes and toggles. But unfortunately, the way this one was coded, it does not speak. And there's a few examples of that. I'd say like 85% of the functionality in this Mastermind software is totally usable and very well done. There's just little things here and there that make it harder to use. But I was interested in another one of the RJM products, the MEGX Gizmo X, which seems to have a lot of the functionality of the PVC-6X, but in a smaller package that might be better for my pedal board real estate. I don't actually do a lot of tap dancing. This is visually, I find while I can do it, it's very distracting for me to try to tactily navigate some of the foot switches. So I have a hand controller on my guitar that's wireless and sends MIDI triggers to the various things on my pedal board, but including the PVC-6X. So I'm using MIDI to trigger the loops on and off and go through presets and things. So I don't have to ever put my foot on it. So hey, maybe the MEGX Max would be great for me because it's smaller real estate and I don't need the pedals so much. So I wondered, well, how does the software work? And let me do a screen share let me switch the screen share in Zoom here to the MEGX X software.
Screen sharing meeting controls to move to a
Okay, here's the MEGX X. I'm going to maximize it. Content only. Okay, but now that allows you to hear the sound from the shared screen. Okay, I'm going to share the mini gizmo screen. Okay, so this one, okay, there's one element here having to do with maybe scan for new devices, but it's giving me a lot of other weird information. Let me slow this down so you can hear it.
Slower. Press new file toolbar. Scan for devices combo box. To change the selection, use the arrow keys.
A lot of information there. you get used to parsing that out because there's contextual information as well as the label and like what kind
Slower.
of control it is.
Slower. New file toolbar. Scan for devices combo box to change the selection used.
So it's telling me it's a combo box, which makes me think I could arrow up and down, but that doesn't do anything. It also says like new file and scan for device. So maybe it's a button that's mislabeled as a combo box. Maybe it is a combo box that doesn't have the right function. I don't know. It doesn't work. I can't seem to do anything with it. I can hit tab to go to the next element in the user experience.
Presets tab. Edit. Preset 1. Type and
So it
text.
says presets tab, which, okay, that doesn't exactly make sense to me for whatever control this is. It seems like it's more of like an edit
New
box.
presets tab. Edit. Preset 1. Type and text.
Yeah, like this is like looks like it's an edit box, which is good if that's what it is.
Black space.
So maybe, I mean, I would infer that this is for typing in the name of the preset.
Selected.
So I could
Preset
say
1.
like test, right? And
Test.
okay, that
New
worked.
presets tab. Edit. Test.
Arrowing
T.
doesn't
Test.
do anything, so I'm not really sure what this does. And if I hit tab again to see what else I can access,
New file toolbar.
it just wraps back up to that other element. So tab.
Presets tab. Edit. New file.
So literally, it's just going back and forth between these two elements because those are the only things I can access. Like none of the other elements of this entire user interface, the checkboxes, the loop, order, all the things we went through in the audio tab of the Mastermind, none of this is accessible at all in this MiniFX Gizmo X editor. So this is like super disappointing. I was really hoping that since there was so much overlap of functionality, that in the Mastermind would sort of have been ported over here, but that is not the case. So my hope is that Ron or others on your team, you guys can fix this because I really like this product. It seems really cool, but I mean, I wouldn't be able to adjust any of these things non-visually like I can with the Mastermind software. So, and there's great examples out there of how to do this, how to program code accessibly. Most modern development platforms are aware of this issue, and you can incorporate it. Even in like multi-app platforms, like where you have like one app that's building for iOS, Windows, and Mac OS, like accessibility can be incorporated in those contexts. So I hope this is helpful for folks, and would love to see in a future update an accessible Mini Gizmo X editor. Thanks.
Screen sharing meeting controls. To move to an item, press the arrow.